The Houston Center for Contemporary Craft recently opened an exhibition that's become a tradition for the local craft community.
This is CraftTexas. It happens every other year. This is the 9th one. And people submit pieces. It's a juried show. So they submit, and a panel of jurors, of which I was one, selects the pieces. I think there's a certain kind of unpredictability about it because you don't know who's going to enter. You don't know what kind of work is going to be there. And so it has almost like a spontaneity about it, I think. Because you're dependent on who enters, I think it does always tell everybody a lot about what's going on in the state and all over the craft area. So I think it's a significant show. I feel like the themes kind of follow along the themes that you're finding in contemporary craft today. Part of it has to do with how we might identify craft, and so some of it is about materials. You know, craft has a long history, and a big part of that history has to do with the materials and the materials that are used. So I see a lot of pieces that are using traditional materials, maybe even traditional formats, but using them in a different way, almost updating them if you want to think of it like that, or using them along with other kinds of unexpected or maybe even more contemporary materials. I think the other thing that you see a lot of is people using craft media to say something about culture, about themselves in culture, about social things that are going on. So there's a message, and I see that as a big theme in the pieces in this show.
Susanna Mira describes her contribution.
So the work is comprised of about 3,000 plastic display hooks. These are the little hangers that you might see at a store with socks or underwear hanging off of them. And I found them at the Houston Reuse Warehouse, which is a facility where people drop off things that they don't want or need anymore. And then others associated with nonprofit organizations can come and pick up those materials at no cost. So a lot of what they have there are construction supplies, but this was a rare find. Just in terms of being smaller elements and not relating to building.
Mira finds a number of commonalities between her work and others in the exhibition.
There's a strong showing of three-dimensional work, and I do also notice people working in craft media in more sculptural or sculptural installation methods. And I think there's also a number of pieces made of discarded or reclaimed materials as well.
While some of the pieces may stretch your conception of craft, Mira encourages the public to visit.
But there is a quote by a conceptual artist, John Baldessari, which I always come back to. And that is, if you believe the world is formed by what you look at and you don't just look at the usual things, then your world will change. And I think that in viewing any kind of art exhibition of any kind, that's a great kind of leitmotif to kind of bring with you along the way.
CraftTexas 2016 will be on display through January 8th of 2017. For more information, visit the Center's website at www.crafthouston.org. For Artbeat, I'm Stacy Hawkins.